Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Mechanical Cram Binary. Please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get new video updates. Today we are going to discuss an experiment on sine bar. Sine bar is a precision instrument used along with the slip gauges for accurate angle measurement or angle fitting. Sine bar consists of accurate straight bar in which two accurate lap cylindrical plugs or rollers are located with extreme positions. The straight bar are made up of high carbon steel, or it may be made up of high chromium steel or corrosion resistant steel, and the surfaces are hardened, grounded and lapped. The ends of the straight bar, stepped bar, are so plugged and it can be screwed. Plugs are the two rollers of same diameter fixed at a distance L between them and is called as length of the bar. The distance L is center to center distance of the plug, in which it is generally considered in this case is 200 mm, and it may be varied from 100, 200 or 300 mm.
To determine the taper angle of a given workpiece and compare it with theoretical value by using sine bar. Experiment on sine bar. So what are the operators using sine bar? Rectangular piece, dial gauge, magnetic stand, surface plate, vernier caliper, shining cloth. This is a benzene and slip gauges. You have to take all this, conduct the experiment. Parallel bar. You take all the instruments, conduct the sine bar. So observation. First one, distance between the center of the roller and sine bar. So this is a sine bar. There are two rollers are there in the sine bar in the bottom. You take vernier from this end to another end of the roller. Note down the reading. Then you take the any one of the diameter of the roller, deduct this any one of the diameter of the roller, you will get the center to center, that is distance between the center of the rollers. So already punched here, there are 200 mm is there from center to center. Note down the reading, that is 200 mm center to center, that is capital L. Capital L is 200 mm. So second one is least count of the vernier caliper. So this is a vernier caliper from 0 to 150. So there are 150 divisions are there, each division 1 mm. So minimum read up to 1 mm, maximum read up to 150 mm. Then, so this is the dial, complete one revolution, that is 2 mm. So each division 0.02. From 0 to 0, 1 mm. From another 0 to 0, another mm, 2 mm. The least count of the vernier caliper is 0.02. So note down the main scale multiplied plus number of division of the dial multiplied by least count of the vernier caliper. That is the reading. So keep the specimen on the sine bar, and this is H1 position, this is H2 position. First you note down the H1, then move the dial gauge on the specimen. So finally you take H2. So first, before you touch the specimen, the dial should be 0. Dial should be 0. So move the dial gauge in H1 position. Note down the reading. The main scale between 0 to 1, take it as 0. So number of division, that is 22. 0 plus 22 multiplied by 0.01, that is 0.22 is the H1. So move the dial gauge like this. Note down the number of division, that is 1 mm, that is 2 mm, 3 mm, 4 mm, 5 mm, that 5.76 is the H2. 5.76 is the H2 and H1 is 0.22 is the H1. From 0 to 0 there are 50 divisions, and from another 0 to 0 another 50 divisions. From 0 to 0 50 divisions, that means, so there are 5 divisions from 0 to 1, that is 0.1. Okay, so each division 0.02 multiplied by 5 means 0.1, like this. From 0 to 0 1 mm, from another 0 to 0 another 1 mm, 2 mm. Complete one revolution, that is 2 mm. So this is the vernier, and this is the rectangular piece. You have to conduct the experiment on sine bar. Next is least count of the dial gauge. So this is the dial gauge. This is the dial gauge. This is a bigger one. The 0 is complete one revolution, that is 1 mm. In the smaller one is there are 10 divisions. From 0 to 1 there is 1 mm. So 1 to 2 there is another 1 mm, that is total 2 mm. So first note down the main scale, then number of divisions the dial multiplied by least count. That means the complete one revolution, that is 1 mm, there are 100 divisions. 1 by 100, the least count is 0.01. 0.01 is the dial indicator. This is the magnetic stand. In the vernier, so you take the length, thickness and diameter and depth and inner diameter also. You use this vernier caliper. Depth also, bore length, you have to take this. Length, width, thickness, diameter, depth, you check the vernier caliper. So capital L is known, that is 200 mm. So you take the specimen. So take the length of the specimen. So before you conduct the experiment, the vernier should be 0, main scale should be 0 and dial should be 0, and take the length like this. See, main scale is 100 mm. Main scale is 100 mm. Note down the reading 100 plus number of divisions, that is 0.1, 0.2. There are 3 divisions after 0.2. So 5, 10, 11, 13, 14. Okay, that is 100.26. 100.26 the small L of the specimen, and keep the specimen like this on the sine bar. So H1 is 0.22. So move the dial gauge up to H2, that is H2 is the 5.76 mm. So H2 minus H1, that is 5.76 minus 0.22, you will get this 5.5 that is DH. So what is the formula for the calculate the approximate height? What is the formula for the calculate the approximate height is, that is delta H, that is 5.54 multiplied by capital L is the length of the sine bar, that is 200 mm, divided by root of DH square, that is 5.54 square plus small l, that is 100.26 square. So calculate this approximate height, you will get the 11.035. You will get this approximate height is 11.35. 11.35. So if you want actual height, means you take 11.35, you will not get this actual height. Directly you take 11.315. 11.315 means 11.315 I'll take. You take the slip gauge 1.005. Deduct this. This is slip gauge number 1. So remaining one 10.130. Take 1.13 slip gauge, that is second slip gauge. Deduct this, you will get 9.00. So directly you take 9 point slip gauge, that is 3, third one, deduct this, that is 0. You take 1.005. 1.005 is there. I'll take 1.005. Next is 1.31, 1.13. Next 9 mm. 9 mm. So I'll take 3 slip gauges, ringing the slip gauge one by the other like this. Like this. Close the benzene cap. So there are 3 slip gauges are there. First one is 1.005, 1.13 and 9 mm. All 3 ringing here. So total width, the thickness is 11.315. So put the slip gauge this side. This should be parallel to the surface. Next, move the dial gauge from H1 to H2. So, in the H1 position, make it 0. Make it 0. Move the dial gauge from H1 to H2. Like this. So, that should be 0. From H1 to H2, the dial should be 0. Then now it is the slip gauge taken, that is 11.135, that is the actual height of the slip gauge. Now parallel to the surface is there. Now this is 11.315, that is the actual height. The taper angle, you have to calculate the taper angle here. That is delta H, that is 5.54 multiplied by small l, that is small l is 100.26, you will get this 3.162, that is the actual taper angle. Then you have to calculate the actual taper angle. that is sin inverse H actual divided by capital L. H actual is 11.3135 divided by 200, you will get this 3.191. So calculate the error, that is theta actual minus theta theoretical, you will get this 0.029. That should be 0.0, that is the actual error.